Next up on the Straight Up R&D podcast.
You know, I don't like any of the candidates, and I'm not going to vote.
No, and that's fine.
That's fair. I think that's fair. That makes sense.
That's fair because, that's still, you have the right to exercise that choice. But it's just crazy to me to say, like, I just remember everybody, like, Biden's going to fix the country. Biden's going to do this and that. Now it's time to vote him again. Yeah, we're not voting this time, right? Yo.
What's good, everybody?
What's good, y'all? Welcome to another episode, Straight Up R&D Podcast. This is episode shit. What episode is this?
25, man.
25, yeah, I had 25.
That's crazy.
25 episodes deep. And you already know, before we continue, we got to give y'all the regular slingo. While we do appreciate the support, we don't give a fuck about your feelings.
Not at all.
Opinions based on facts, and we just keeping it real.
100% all day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Every day. So, as of right now, we at 159 subs at the point you're watching this video. So, shit, hopefully by the time this comes out, we at 200, 300, whatever we at.
Yeah, we the biggest podcast in the Northeast, you know what I'm saying? We're the biggest podcast in New York. Let's just say that. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, like, we keep it the realest every time, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and we just give y'all our opinions, and we just say how we feel up on here.
That's it. So, if you've been living under a rock, we had a really, really big presidential debate that didn't really seem too presidential at all. But I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. So this was for those who are out in the UK, Saudi Arabia, China, wherever. We have an election coming up in November. Mm-hmm. And, it was between Biden and Trump. And they had their presidential debate. Yeah, they had their presidential debate. And let's just say I enjoyed it, but it was like a reality show. Like,
yeah,
it was just like.
When you say enjoyed it, did you enjoy it from the sense of I feel confident in the current leader or the future leader of the country, or you enjoyed it as in, hey, this is something to watch, it's entertaining, you know what I'm saying? Like, when you say enjoyed it, like how?
So all right, so I enjoyed it in the sense of entertainment, like. Mm-hmm. That debate was funnier than any Kevin Hart live comedy. Any Kevin Hart live comedy, stand-up. Like, it was hilarious. There was punchlines. Obviously, Trump was lying out his ass. Biden couldn't even talk. It was just, like, funny. It was really funny. And, to me, it really showed, like, this is who we have representing the country. And either way you look at it, we're screwed just the same way we were screwed 4 years ago. That's it. It's no different. No different from when Trump and Hillary was running, when the first round of Biden and Trump was running, and now this round. It's the same fools that's running this country and running it into the ground. So at that point, what can I do? I could just enjoy it. You know what I mean?
Crack a beer, watch the fucking madness unfold.
That's it. That's all I can. I can't get mad because this is who they nominated. This is who they have each party representing. So, what do you think?
I didn't really have any expectations going into this debate. I didn't really know what to think. I didn't know what to expect. Because, like, some of the things I thought about Biden, this just further confirms what I thought about him previously. What I knew about Trump, we already had him in the office. There's really nothing else groundbreaking about Trump that I didn't know or what his plans for the country. So it was just like, all right, here's a debate. Let me put it on and see what happens. And this is what I've been noticing around this election, bro. A lot of people who were voting or like backing Biden, this time around, they're just not voting. So it's two things. One, they just don't like Trump, so they're not going to vote for him. But they also know Biden is not the answer since we already had him for one presidential term. Mm-hmm. So now they're just like, I'm just not going to vote, and I have my reasons. But so I'm just like Cardi B. I saw on Instagram that she's not voting, but I remember her backing Biden, and a lot of these other celebrities backing Biden. Even Michelle Obama, she was on an interview, and then they asked her. I can't remember the exact question, but they asked her, "Should Biden be president again?" Bro, she like, It's funny you say. Couldn't even say yes.
It's funny you say that.
Couldn't even say yes.
That's crazy, bro.
So everybody knows Biden isn't the answer, but people hate for Trump is so strong. And not saying Trump is the ideal candidate, but their hate for him is so strong that they're just like, you know what? We're not going to exercise our American right and vote. We're just going to stay out of it.
But you can't blame those people.
No, I'm not. I can't blame them at all.
Yeah, because it's like I'd rather you say, hey, I don't like any of the candidates, and I'm not going to vote.
No, and that's fine.
That's fair. I think that's fair. That makes sense.
That's fair because that's still you have the right to exercise that choice. But it's just crazy to me to say, like, I just remember everybody like Biden's going to fix the country. Biden's going to do this and that. Now it's time to vote him again. Yeah, we're not voting this time, right?
I mean, that speaks volumes, though. Like,
that speaks volumes, bro.
You know what I mean? And then what's even crazier is that he was a vice president to Obama for 2 terms. So, like, you've been at the second highest chair in America.
Been in the White House.
You've been there. You know what it's like. So it's like you should have like the most experience to say, yo, like I know how to run a country. I know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Like it should be a no-brainer to vote for Biden at that point. Yeah. You got the experience. You went through Obama's, the Democrats who loved Obama at the time. Hey, my vice president is running for president. Let him win. He starts running, he wins. He wins, and then we have all these wars and all this craziness that's going on. You're just like, how did that happen?
Bro, funny you even bring up Obama. Obama tweeted, I don't know if it was the night of or the day after, but he tweeted, not too long after the debate, saying, look, basically stating that this wasn't a good debate. But
oh yeah, I heard about it.
Yeah. He was like, bad debates happen, bad nights happen. But saying Biden's still the right guy to vote for because you don't want Trump in office because he's a liar and blah, 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 saying all that shit. So I'm just like, man, y'all know how bad Biden is. Oh, Barack Obama and Michelle Obama, they know, bro, how bad he is. Mm-hmm. They're trying so much to just not blatantly say he should retire or not run.
He's too old.
They're trying to say it, but they know they can't. They know they can't, bro.
And you know why they can't? Is because of all the donors. If the donors hear from Obama or somebody, yeah, he should really step down. He should not run. They're all going to be like, yo, screw that. Give me my money back. You know what I mean? I want a refund. Not to cut you, but I just don't understand, like, why doesn't Michelle run at this point? Like, she would clearly win.
That's a great question, too. I've always said that, too. I've heard that online. My thing is, I was like, maybe because she saw the stress that Obama went through for 2 terms. And she's like, do I want to put my family back in that spotlight? Does Obama want to go back in the White House? Because he wouldn't have the responsibilities of the president, but he would still have some responsibility as first gentleman or whatever the fuck he would be.
But that's making history right there, though. Like that's an opportunity to make. That's a once in a lifetime opportunity. So it's like, what? You're gonna wait another century until we see another female that can be up at that level. That's a black or non-white that could be the president.
Yeah, Michelle would like blow everybody out for that party.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if it's so critical and Trump is such a threat to our democracy and this, that, and the third, and they make it seem like if he becomes president, the world is gonna end. Like it's not gonna be that bad. The world is not gonna end if Trump wins.
Yeah.
All right.
I don't think it's gonna be that bad.
It's really not. They hyping it up, and then like he comes in, and everybody's like, yeah, I got a little bit more money on my checks now. But just screw Trump, But still, hey, I think she should run. I think she should have ran against Biden, and Biden could have just been vice president again.
And I think it's one of them things too, like. It's politics. Y'all had your shine, so they putting they all into their friend Biden. You know what I mean? I think she would run maybe next go around. Like once her friend is not in competition anymore, maybe she run. But I don't know. But I'm just thinking like, does she want to put her kids in that spotlight again? Like, do they want to go through all of that?
They've
again?
already been through that though.
But do they want to do it again, bro? Again. This is the highest chair in the country. This and that, like they should going to clubs and turning up at raves and all that. Like they don't have to be in the White House anymore now. Like they're gonna be grown adults. They should be like in their 20s. Well, one of them should be like in their like mid 20s or something right now. Yeah, they're grown.
You know what I mean? Like they could go and do whatever they want to do. Look at Hunter Biden. He's out here running around doing drugs and prostitutes and all that. You think he can? Look at that limelight. Does the Bidens want that limelight again? Like that's worse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like his son is being charged with felony charges right now, dude. Like
and got the nerve to comment on Trump's.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, yo. She should have ran. She missed her opportunity. I think this would have been perfect because people would have been like, oh, yeah, we're choosing yet again between the lesser of the two evils, right? Mm-hmm. You see, Biden is no good. Trump is no good. If she was in there, everybody would say, yeah, I'll just vote for her. Make history. Be the first woman. We had Obama before. Da-da-da-da-da. You know what I'm saying? And it would have been a wrap. I think that's what should have happened.
Listen, thought she should have ran. I think she would have won. She definitely would have won, represent for the Democrats. She definitely would have, won that. But I just think the reason she did it is just because she just doesn't want to go through that. And plus, maybe this is not fair to ask, but say she wins presidency, right? Say, she ran, everybody voted for her. Will people look at her as the true president because your husband sat in that seat for 2 terms? Like, will people be voting for? Because Obama was loved, bro. No matter what people say.
Yeah, he was.
He was loved. He was charismatic. He had a way. And I think his tongue won him those votes. Like, whenever he got up on stage and say whatever speeches, people just fell in love with him. Similar to, like, how people say about Ronald Reagan. Like, he was just a great communicator. And I think Obama is in that same realm of the way he communicated to.
Yeah, they acted very presidential.
Yes, and people love that.
Yeah. So
now if she runs, I could just think about the camera's gonna be on Obama. It's like, oh, we want him back in. So it's like, oh, they're gonna give her that full respect. I'm just throwing it out there.
But even with that, people say the same thing about Biden. That, he was a vice president to Obama. Now he's a president. Yeah, Obama's giving him tips, and Obama is in the background telling him how to handle certain.
He gotta be. Yeah. Ain't no way that man is running the country.
Exactly. And then his VP, Kamala Harris, doesn't even do anything. She barely. She should have been out rallying when Biden was locked up in whatever hotel practicing for the debate. That's your VP. She should have been out there going to all these different states, campaigning for Biden while he's prepping.
Bro, talking about Kamala, bro.
Dude, it just shows they don't care. They just filling in the seat.
I think as I'm watching that debate, I'm like, there gotta be more to this that we just don't fucking know.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm like, there is no blasted way we're looking at Biden stumble upon words and say, we're going to vote for him. Or they push him to run for the country. I'm like, Kamala must have a plan to take that seat over. I'm like, she must have a plan to take this seat over if he wins again. Cause I'm like, we all know he can't last another 4 years. So I'm like, bro, I was like, I think the plan was Biden, you get in. We'll just slowly hand the keys over to Kamala.
I think you're right.
Bro,
I'm
like, how can he do this for another 4 years? And we always say how stressful this job is. Obama stated that multiple times, like it's like the most stressful thing in the world. Cause I don't know whether I be president, but I'm just like, you probably gotta be on call 24/7. You gotta make some huge ass decisions. You probably got multiple meetings. You gotta be with the media. It's not a job for somebody that's about to be 90. I think they said like
he's gonna be 86 at the end of that term.
Yeah, it's just not a job for somebody in that damn age.
It's not.
So I'm like, maybe in the first, like if Biden wins again, maybe they're like, all right, we in. Let's just hand the keys over to Kamala. You know, maybe we have you in the chair for the first year. Because I'm like, there is no way. I think that's the plan, bro. Because I'm looking at this man, so I'm like. And I saw a video of when they did the vice president debate when he was, when Obama won. I'm like, damn, these are two different people. When Biden was debating, and then even when there was a difference when he did the first debate against Trump when he won.
Big difference.
I'm like, God damn, bro. Like, he should be. I'm like, I blame his family. The family should be like, you know what? Let's go on the beach somewhere, enjoy the rest of your days. Why y'all putting him through this?
Nah, because it is a stressful job, and it's like he's already old, and to spend the later years, your final years of your life, stressed the hell out, is like torture. It's like he's deliberately shaving years off of his life by being the president. And it's like, dude, throw a towel in. But you do bring up a good point. Maybe is that, all right, let's push Biden to win. Because if Kamala, I think, now that you say that, if Kamala steps in and she's trying to like take control of the situation, people probably don't like her.
Yeah.
They probably don't like her. And they're like, yeah, we definitely don't want her to win. But the game plan might be push Biden to the finish line, let him win. Then like a year into it, Kamala, Biden is losing his memory. He can't focus. He can't talk right. You step in as a VP.
Yes.
Boom. Now you're president. Make history. Continue it on, and then
continue to fuck up the country. That's the plan.
Continue to screw it up, and like you're just an interim president or something. Yeah. So I think that's probably what it is.
Yeah, similar to different circumstances, but like how Hochul became governor. What's the guy named that?
Cuomo.
Yeah, Cuomo. When Cuomo was forced to step down, she went in as interim. And now she just...
And then she went from interim to being elected as a governor. She got the spot.
She got the spot. So I'm like, this is exactly... I feel like that's the plan, bro. Because I'm just like, there is no way. I'm like, y'all ain't telling us.
Yeah, like you can't look me like... And it's crazy. After the debate, I was watching it on CNN or ABC or whatever. And then I switched over to C-SPAN. Mm-hmm. And C-SPAN had a segment where they had people call in and give like their reaction. And they had a Democratic hotline. If you were a Democrat hotline, a Republican hotline.
I want to see that.
And undecided hotline. And they had the Democrats calling in, and they were like, "Yeah, I think Biden did a good job." Trump was lying. It was like, we have to protect democracy. And I'm like, there's no way you can tell me you watched this man and you understood what he said. I'm watching it live. I'm like, bro, I do not know what this guy is talking about. He's talking about the insulin, and he's like stumbling over, $15. Then he says $35. And I'm like, what is it, bro? like what is it? And I feel like it's like he was more concentrated on remembering how to answer the question rather than just genuinely speaking like, oh, I did X, Y, Z.
A lot of strength in just answering a question or trying to complete sentences.
Yeah, like, because, they had, when they practice, it's like you doing an interview and you have your response written down. You're trying to remember exactly what you wrote to say it back. And that's what I felt like he was doing. He was like trying to remember word by word what he said rather than understanding the question and giving a summary of what your answer is.
Yeah. In comparison to Trump it just like flowed. Like, whatever your beliefs is on Trump, like I can say that, all right, he's fit versus Biden, though. He's fit to actually be in that seat. Like, I don't have any concerns of his, his cognitive issues lessening or like he's just, I don't know, like
I agree.
Brain is not functioning. It's like, all right, it's just Trump.
Yeah, he doesn't show any signs that he's degrading.
Yeah, there we go. So it's like, all right, no matter what your feelings about Trump is, all right, he's not showing any no sign. But bro, one thing I did think about going into the debate, like I said, I already knew. Mm-hmm. I'm like, Biden has to prove he can be fit to run this country. Like he has to. I don't know. I was like, maybe they put him through speech therapy or...
It's too late for that.
I was like, I don't know.
It's too late for that.
Something. I'm like, he has to prove tonight that, all right, no matter what y'all was saying about him in the past, this debate showed that he mentally and physically he could run. Bruh, he blew that chance.
He did.
He blew it so bad. And he just, he kept... You remember that one part where Trump was like, I don't know what he said. I don't even think
he knows what he said. Yeah, I was dying. I was like, look, this is pure gold. Because it's like, we all see it. Yes. We all see it. And it's like, Trump, I felt like Trump took this debate so Biden can destroy himself. So he can destroy himself. Like I felt like Trump didn't even practice. He was rallying at rallies during this time, like days before. Like he just was out. He's like, oh, should I be mean to him or should I be nice to him? I'm like, bro, like he handled that like anything else. I'm like, dude, even though a lot of the stuff he was saying was lies and like, avoiding the question about the January 6th and all that stuff is like, hey, but that was Biden's chance to, harp on him for those responses those were lies, X, Y, and Z, and back it up with facts. But he didn't do it.
He didn't do it and probably couldn't do it. It was just so bad. I'm just like, America, look, man, like he's not fit. And that's my main thing for not wanting Biden to get in. Like, screw all the political talk about who's better or not. It's just like, do you think somebody like Biden that's just not mentally capable to run the country, do you think this is who we should have representing the U.S.? Like, forget about all the political shit, yo. Mm-hmm. In his state, is that who you want in that seat? You need somebody just competent enough to run the country. He shows that he can't do it. So it's like, forget about Trump is this, Biden is that. If you just look at Biden's physical state, you should say, yeah, he can't do it. And that, I feel like that should be your answer right there. Because that means something. That means something. And I think now we even got to put in a further conversation, like, they might have to put an age gap. For,
an age limit. Like, you can't be X amount of years old at the end of your term.
Because we can't have another Biden situation, bro.
But that's the thing. Why are so many old people running? It's like, we got so many other people. I think you got to be 35.
Yeah, 35
to be president. So it's like, we're all the world. Well, then again, it's all coming back to lobbying donors, all this other stuff. You know, them people some of them got money prior to being president.
All the relationships they got.
So there's that. But that's the problem, though. That's why that needs to be fixed. And Trump was one of the first ones that weren't in the House or the Senate and all of that. He was one of those first businessmen that decided to run for president.
Yeah.
You know, and Vivek was another one.
He was
another one.
He was good.
I feel like he might be Trump's VP.
I feel like he would too. I think he would be more than worthy. My thing is like, will his pride get in the way and be like, oh, I just wanted to be president, and he would try to run again? I don't know. I don't think that's a job you turn down. Because I feel like, I don't know. I feel like I heard somewhere that he wouldn't want to accept the VP role.
He wouldn't want to?
Yeah, I feel like I did. I don't know. I really could be wrong, but I feel like he would be Trump's VP.
Because I would only think Vivek or DeSantis. That's the only two.
No, that's the only two I have in my mind.
That's the only two I have in my mind. Like, there's this other black dude. I don't even know his name, but he's a coon.
Yeah.
So, like,
he's out of here, bro.
He's done. I don't even know why he was even trying to be in the picture, but
motherfucker was not
I think he's just looking for a job. I think that's what it is. He just wants to be around, like, oh, yeah, Trump hired me to be, I don't know, the speaker or whatever chairman of whatever BS.
And I think some people who like run to be, Republican or Democratic candidate, I think some of the motherfuckers know they ain't winning. They just want to get their name out there, get more attention on them, so they could probably, I don't know, just be able to just have more attention on them. That black motherfucker, no, he wasn't winning. There is no way.
He's not. And I'm like, first of all, he's a horrible talker. Like, I tried to listen to one of his speeches at his rally, and I'm like, bro, you talk super slow, like, and it's just like, he just sounds annoying. He just sounds annoying. Like, he sounds like he's full of shit.
Yeah,
I'm like, you sound like you're lying through your ass, but I'm glad he's nowhere near even being considered for VP.
Yeah. So it's either Trump wins for Vivek or DeSantis. I don't know. I feel like DeSantis could get picked. I don't know. I think they have maybe Trump has more of a relationship with him. Because Vivek was one of those guys that came out of nowhere and he made a name for himself through running, and now everybody knows him. So it's just like, I don't know how he is that space. You know what I mean?
Well, I did see, like, I was keeping up with the trial, the trial that Trump was on.
This is crazy.
They were talking about the porn star and all of that. Yo, I'm like, y'all literally gonna talk about this on TV? Like, yo, the world is watching this right now. Like, that's why I enjoyed it, because it's like, yo, they even mentioned that. I like that. That was funny. But like, even through Trump's trial, Vivek and that black dude, they were at the scene. Like, they pulled up. You know what I mean? I don't think I've seen DeSantis, but I feel like DeSantis is probably a high candidate, because him and DeSantis share a lot of similar.
If Trump wasn't in this race, I think DeSantis would be.
Would he be running right? Yeah, he would be there.
He would be right versus Biden right now. It just Trump was just, bro. Trump didn't have to be at any of those fucking Republican debates.
He didn't show up.
He didn't show up. Man, I'm busy fighting a case. He ain't had the time for that. Like, listen, y'all do what y'all gotta do. You already know who the boss is.
And that's funny. The man didn't even go to any debates, and he's a nominee. Like, what? You can't tell me this man ain't gonna win.
Yo, that's some gangster shit.
Bro, he didn't show up, bro.
Didn't show up and still the
That's some G shit right there.
Man, that's definitely never. That's got to be historical, right? I don't think that ever happened in the history of
the world. How are you absent from a debate in running for the president of the United States?
Fighting cases,
but end up being the Republican nominee, bro. That's wild.
That's super wild. And I think now I'm thinking about it, bro. I think they all knew they wasn't winning.
They all
knew.
They all did.
It's just something like, you know what? Let me just put my name in the hat and.
But what was suspicious though, there was no Democratic debate though.
Oh yeah, there wasn't no Democratic debate, right?
Why? Why? Because I think you were right, man. Kamala is supposed to be the president.
I'm telling you.
Because I'm like, no other woman, no other person, nobody else wanted to run against Biden. They just automatically chose him to be the nominee.
I'm telling you. If Biden wins.
Not even Hillary tried.
Yeah, Hillary, her time done.
Because the Trump and the Hillary debate was a good one too.
That was funny, bro. That was a good. I'm gonna have to rewatch that.
Yo, bro, tell me Trump wasn't like he made everybody interested in the politics.
No, he did. He did. He made everybody interested in politics.
Every debate this man did was funny.
Bro, even when he was even when he was a president, his press conferences were funny. Like,
dude.
Like, his press conferences were funny, bro. Like, I remember this one question. I saw this one clip, and a woman was like, he told this woman to go, and I can't remember. But she was like, "Oh, I didn't think, or I couldn't think." He's like, "Yeah, you never think, you never think." And I'm just like, how the president saying this shit? And then especially when we in COVID, he was like the China virus. That shit was just hilarious.
Hey, to inject yourself with bleach or drink bleach or something. I'm like,
and how that was a big thing. I remember the next day they were like, "Do not drink bleach." All the news outlets was like, "Don't drink bleach." I mean, we know the president said it, but don't. That was hilarious. It had some funny ass time.
Like, come on. It made it more enjoyable. It made you want to see. It made you want to be informed. You know?
Definitely did.
Because I think that's how they like get us to not focus on certain matters that really affect us by making it boring. Like I could tell you, I probably watched maybe like 3 of Obama's press conferences.
Yeah.
Because it's all boring. It's like, they're all trying to be professional. And I get it. But it's like, there was so much other stuff that was going on that if we weren't really paying attention, we wouldn't really know, Obama's really not doing nothing for black people.
That wasn't realized until he's well out of office. And then now on the Breakfast Club and Hot 97 and all these big radio hosts, now they want to ask, what are you doing for black people? This. And, we need to hold y'all accountable and this, that, and this, that. No, Hillary came in, they gave us the hot sauce thing. then Biden, who said if you don't vote for me, you're not black? That was
Biden. And it's just like, y'all fed into that. You know what I mean? Y'all voted for them.
Talking about how she's Jamaican.
All of a sudden, right? But ain't doing nothing for the country. Ain't doing no deals, nothing. The whole country's being taken over by China. So it's like, and I'm just like, now you hear more and more black people becoming Republican and voting for Trump. There's a lot of black people who's like, they're going to vote for Trump.
Because, bro, it's a lot of empty promises.
Nah, I agree.
They always were saying we're gonna come and do this for black people. But I remember the night Biden won. It was because COVID was still a thing, so everybody was like in their cars. So he did a press conference, everybody in their cars and they honking.
Oh yeah.
He slammed on the table and said, "Black people, I have your back." What did he do? Now it's time for election time again. Now he's probably gonna do the same thing. Yeah, black people, I got you. But what did he do? Nothing. It's all these political motherfuckers want to be black or stick up for black people when we could benefit them or when it's cool. But nobody's doing nothing, bro. So now black people are starting to realize, like, listen, we hearing the same shit over and over again.
Same BS.
Nobody's doing nothing. So it's like, at least these motherfuckers making it real, they ain't doing shit. At least they being real. And Trump actually did some shit for black people, bro.
He did.
We didn't focus on it because, CNN wanted to focus on all the other antics and Trump is so mean and the way but it's like.
Yeah, I mean, he did try to
HBC.
set up some stuff, give them more funding, X, Y, and Z.
Sat down with Ice Cube.
Sit down with Ice Cube, even Kanye. I mean, I know viewers probably
he's
don't
a
like
different
him,
story.
but he's a different story. But I mean, like, that's the fact, though. Like, because if you think about it, black people are closely tied to music. Mm-hmm. He gave a part into A$AP Rocky, gave a part into Kodak. Like, these are the same rappers that you black people, including me, we like these artists. We like their music. So it's like, he's appealing to us in that type of sense. Mm-hmm. He's kind of tapped into what's going on. So it's like, what is Biden doing?
Nothing.
You know, now you have the Cardi B's of the world that's saying they're not voting. You know what I mean? And we know that most rappers are Democrats.
Yeah.
Some of them are turning to Republicans now, but...
Oh, shit, bro. I don't know if you know this, but you know Amber Rose? Mm-hmm. You see like how she's a big MAGA person now? Amber Rose, that's Kanye ex-girl, right? The ball.
Yeah.
She's a big MAGA person now, like a big Trump supporter. And and some stuff resurfaced about how she used to be like, I would never vote for Trump. And wasn't a Trump supporter because, I don't know, I guess Trump said something offensive towards women. I can't remember what it was that she was offended by. But now, a couple years later, all hail Trump. That's what she's doing. So people are turning, bro, and just, I think the rest of America, Black America, getting tired of the bullshit. Getting tired of the bullshit.
So another big topic that you just reminded me of was the whole abortion thing.
That was a big topic.
That was a big topic. And like, okay, so I am not a Biden supporter or a Trump supporter. I'm not a Republican or a Democrat. I vote based on who I think aligns with what I want for the country or what I need. And if nobody doesn't give me that, then I just don't vote. That's just how I am. I'm not going to vote for something that I don't agree with or I don't want. It just doesn't make sense. So that's my stance. I'm not in any party. But what Trump was saying, though, is like the rule was kind of wild that at 9 months, you can abort the child. Like, to me, that's a baby already just ready to come out of the canal.
Bro, the baby's developed.
Yeah, that's a heartbeat, brain, everything. Like that's there.
Everything. There's a body. The baby is ready to come out at any point.
Right. And I understood that under certain extreme cases of incest, rape, and those things, yes, you have, I don't know, whatever trimester, whatever 5 months, or whatever the time frame is before they're like 9 months fully developed, that you can abort the child. And I agree with that. It's like, okay, you went through a traumatic experience and you were forced on having a child that you didn't want to have, right? Okay, you should have that right. But to be a consenting adult, to have, sex with another person and have a child, and then at the 9th month you say, I don't want it anymore. I think that's very disrespectful. Murder. Like that's
just plain murder.
You know what I mean? Like, why go 9 months and then at the end of carrying the child, you say, okay, yeah, I don't want to
put the child for adoption.
That's my biggest thing. Just have the child, give it up for adoption, easy.
But now you just want to kill the child altogether. Listen, bro.
And they say most of the time after the woman has the child, they end up keeping the child because they're like, they develop that. I guess it's like a motherly instinct or something that they want to have it. They want to keep it.
Like you get that emotional attachment to the child because you carried that baby for 9 months. You felt the baby kicking, moving.
Exactly.
So it's like you start to develop emotions and a connection to this child. But to have some law in place where it's legal to kill the baby after 9 months, and Trump said even there's some instances where they could push the baby out, have the baby there, and they decide what they're going to do with the. I'm like, what kind of shit is this? Listen, bro, abortion is a touchy topic, but I was trying to think from a leadership standpoint. Oh, you look.
Yeah, I'm looking for the tongs. Forget it. But yeah, from a leadership standpoint.
From a leadership standpoint, it's like, all right. I kind of agree with him. It's like, all right, I'm gonna let the governors govern their state and let them pick on like what they think abortion should be in their states. Because he kind of dodged the question in a way of basically like, what's your view on abortion? Like, do you think it should be banned everywhere? And he like, look, I'm gonna leave it up to the states. Y'all do what y'all want to do, and.
But I can see where some people will disagree with that, like by leaving it up to the states, because, you know, it'll suck that, hey, if you're in the wrong state and they don't allow abortions, then you're screwed. Right. And then they have that issue where women are crossing state lines just to have an abortion. I don't think it should be that difficult. You know what I mean? Like, it's your body, your choice. I get that. I support that. But, like, you got to have some limitations to your choice, right? Because you can choose to go and do drugs. But if you get caught, you go to jail. You can choose to, you know, try to commit suicide. But when you get caught, before you even do it, you got to go to a mental institution. So it's like, I feel like there's supposed to be a limitation to that, right? That, hey, you know, if you don't want to have a child, like, own the child, you can give it away, adoption, whatever. There's so many couples out there, so many other women out there that cannot have kids and want to have kids.
And that's one of my major points.
You know what I mean? Like, that's a blessing in of itself. Like, you are able to have a child and another woman can't. She wants a baby. Just give her yours. You don't want it.
You know, bro, I always hit the main argument I hear for people who are pro-choice is her body, her choice. The main thing the main problem I have with that argument, it's like, well, if the decision is just on a woman, who's sticking up for the baby that's inside her? Like, her body, what about that body? Like, do you know how early on you hear a heartbeat from when a woman is pregnant? I'm talking about early, bro. And when I heard that heartbeat, I was like, how is this not murder at this point?
If you
hear heartbeat, how is that not murder at that point? You want to throw that scientific jargon bullshit at me? I don't give a damn. I heard a heartbeat early on in the pregnancy. How can you still have the attitude to still kill off this baby?
And you know what's crazy? They'll run and have an abortion at any moment late in the pregnancy. But then you ask them to, kill a deer. They can't do it.
They could kill a human life.
They can kill a human life, but they can't kill a deer. If I say, all right, yeah, here's this knife. Go gut that deer or go gut the cow. They can't do it. So it's like, I just don't understand, like, the mental reasoning behind that. Like, just like, I understand your body, your choice, but there is a limitation to that. There has to be a limitation to that.
There has to be, man. And I can't go for the killing of these babies, man. I just can't go for, because the more I think about it, I'm just like, first of all, we already know the repercussions, or I don't even want to say consequences, because babies are a blessing. But when you lay down with somebody, you know what can happen. So if you both consent and say, let's have sex, and a baby can't come out of it, that was a choice you made. Mm-hmm. So now this child has to suffer because of your choices.
And I agree with you on that. And another thing is, what about the man?
I've always said that too.
Like, what if he's with a woman that they consented to having a child, and then later in the pregnancy, she decides, oh, I don't want it anymore.
My body, my choice. So that's the thing. That's the agenda that the Democrats are pushing, which I just really hate because it takes two to tango. Mm-hmm. So you can say, it's like, yes, I understand she's going to be the one carrying the baby and, pushing out the baby and stuff. So it is her body that's, at risk. But why doesn't his opinion matter? Why doesn't his opinion matter in whether he wants to keep the child or not? Because she didn't just make that baby herself. So I don't like the argument of my body, my choice, because there's two other people that should be involved in this decision. The man and the goddamn baby that's growing inside you.
Yeah,
Nobody ever represents the baby. Nobody ever wants to talk about that baby.
Like that's so true. It's like how then you think about like how could we work something out where the man has a say in it? Because I'm sure there's instances where the man wants a child, they consented to having a child, and then the woman changed her mind. Then it's like, okay, well, since she's the one carrying it and it took two of them to make it, then what? Just because she's carrying it, she can say, well, screw you, I don't want it.
Definitely, that's exactly what she could do.
But it's like, okay, because it's a double-edged sword. Like, I children, right? But it's like, people have been giving birth since the start of the world.
Listen,
right? And it's like, yes, I know it's risky, but like, you can't say like, it's not like, oh, 1 in 2 women die after having a child. Like that's not the stat. And it's not that bad. Like in terms of like females dying. Yeah. It's not that bad. Like it happens.
It happens, but it's rare.
It's rare. Like, yes, there can be complications. Yes, there can be, but doctors always look at these things and give you the option where they say, hey, if you have this child, you can possibly die.
Oh, this is a high-risk pregnancy.
This is a high-risk pregnancy. We would recommend an abortion. We would recommend X, Y, and Z. That makes sense. Don't tell me blanketly, oh, they're just dying from having child. Like, no, that's not the case.
Listen, I know old women in the Caribbean that have like 10 kids, and they don't even have the medical technology we have in the U.S. Fancy hospitals, the technology, or even the type of medicine we have. Just pushed the baby out and kept it pushing. And
then 5 months later, I got
work the same week.
That's it exactly, and not even that. Have another baby 5 months later. Like, come on now.
That's what I'm saying. Look, I'm not trying to be insensitive, but I'm just saying, like, there are literally women that I know, not even in this country, because we know we're a first world country. I'm talking about having kids in third world countries, back to back, without the medical advancement. In some of those countries, they're way behind to where we at right now, and have kids back to back, and have to go back to work the same week or next week, bro. Same week or next week. When I even told my uncle how long of a leave I had, the wife was like, "What? She had less than a month off."
Damn. Boom. Back on the plantation working, bro.
Back on the plantation. But that's what I'm saying. Yeah, not trying to be insensitive, because I know there are women out there with complications during their pregnancy. Yeah, who definitely died.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be. And look, please don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm not saying that pregnancies are just an easy 1, 2, 3 thing. I know it's not easy and it's difficult. I'm not minimizing that, but don't try to make it seem like every woman out there is dying from having a child to make it scary. Like, oh man, well, I don't want to have a kid. Like, that's not what we want. That's not. Yeah. We want people to have kids,
to be able to experience what it's like to have a family and to be happy. Don't install fear around something that's supposed to be natural. It's supposed to be an exciting moment in your life.
An exciting moment in your life. You're creating a new human being. Like, that's remarkable. That's something remarkable right there.
Yeah, so now you got some people in a political party want to scare you around having kids. Oh, you could die. Or this, that. It's like, no, we shouldn't be looking at it like that. Like, yes, there are complications to everything. I mean, like, literally every part of life. I get in my car right now, I could get in a car accident. But does that mean I want to stop driving? Not comparing it to pregnancy, but I'm just saying there's risk with everything.
With everything.
So I just don't like they're pushing that agenda of like, there's a high risk that something can happen to you if you choose to carry on with this pregnancy. Now, that's a case-by-case basis. Like you said, there are some women out there who are just high risk. You know, they should be in just one bucket, but majority of women go through a happy pregnancy. And we should be focused on the majority. And you can have a conversation about the minority, but don't just make it look like
that's happening to everybody.
Exactly.
Like that I don't like. I don't like
that at all, bro.
You know. But enough about the abortion stuff. we covered that. But one thing I did want to ask is like, since we had 4 years of Biden and 4 years of Trump, right? And this is a perfect example. Now we can compare which what's the word they use?
What?
Office, the Biden office or the Trump office, like which one did you feel economically you were better under? Like when Trump was running or when Biden is currently running and was running?
Bro, look at your paycheck. Look at the interest rates. Look at the price of gas, the price of food. I mean, like, I don't even think it's... I heard some bullshit that was like, oh, the left will say, oh, the economy is doing great right now, technically. I'm just like...
Where? That blows my damn mind, bro. I'm like, where the hell is the economy doing well?
Nowhere, bro. It's like they're lying to you straight in your face. And then you got these robots who literally just want to ride Biden nuts, ride these Democrat nuts.
They ride in the D train.
Just want to ride nuts and be like, you know what, the economy actually not that bad. Bro, it's just like, come on. It's like, you don't even got to be a fan of either political party. You just know you was actually able to live better under Trump.
Yeah, nah.
Under Biden, bro, we all struggling, bro. Like, I remember even, we in New York, you always have like somebody coming up to your window asking for money and change. And shit. I'm like, shit, by the way the economy is, that's about to be us.
You're right. That was about to be me, and I'm employed. Yo, it's insane, bro. It's insane. Like, I would say under the Trump administration, that's the word I was looking for. Under the Trump administration, I felt like the economy was better. We weren't in any wars.
Yeah.
You know, food was, I'm not going to say it wasn't, it was cheap, but it was still kind of high. Like, you know,
yeah.
But compared to right now, it's pretty bad. Like, you go to Costco, BJ's, or Walmart, like, you get like 10 things, you're already like scratching almost $200. And you're like, yo, I only have food for a week right now. Like, it ain't even nothing. And you think about the interest rates for even buying a house, buying a car.
Crazy, bro.
They got you signing leases or loans for 8 years. 6, 7, 8 years for a car, bro. That's like $30,000. And you're wondering there, like, okay, well, what? I'm supposed to just pay my life away for this?
Yeah.
And then we have all of these wars going on top of that.
There's so many wars.
Where we have all this money to just hand over to Zelensky when he comes to the U.S., which Trump was right. He mentioned that in the debate. He said Zelensky's the best salesman ever. He comes to America and he leaves with $60 billion. I'm like, yo, that's so true. Like, why is he getting all this money? Israel got billions billions of money to fight a war that we're not even a part of. Now they got themselves caught up in another war with Hezbollah and all of them other dudes. And it's just like, okay, well, we're going to just keep giving them money. So it's like, these are the things that's like ruining our economy that, hey, under Trump, yes, the guy did some fucked up shit. He did fucked up shit. But again, we got to be living in a situation where, all right, the politicians are going to do the politics stuff. As long as it's trickling down and not affecting me, who really gives a damn? Like, to be honest, who really cares, bro? If you know, okay, I could pay my bills, you know, so and so can get a job, the employment rate is high, blah blah blah. Companies are not laying people off,
left and right. People are getting laid off.
Now, oh, this place got laid off. This place got laid off. This dude's cutbacks, this, that. And I'm like, yo, these are people's lives, yo. Like, people out here trying to work, trying to save for retirement, trying to, you know what I mean? And your job is unstable.
And yeah, with the state of this country nobody even knows what their future is like. No. Like, financially, like, you can't save anything. Like, people are spending like 80%, 90% of their check just on basic living essentials, just on rent, food, groceries. There is nothing to save. So a lot of people live in paycheck to paycheck because the cost of living is so high. Rent has gone up, taxes going up. Like, if you own a home, I'm pretty sure you experience property taxes.
Oh my goodness. It's like ridiculous. Ridiculous.
You're in an apartment, your rent is going up. Cost of, like, everything.
The migrants is coming in. Like, everything is just like happening at once.
Everything is happening. So it's just like, yo, Biden, when they even brought that up, that was one of the first questions. But I don't even think he really even fully answered the question. Like, yo, what's your answer to this shit, bro?
No, he didn't answer it. He said, oh, we did this and we did this and we did this. Oh, we had this deal and we did that and we created this. But the fact remains, the economy is still shit.
And I think he blamed some of it on Trump too, because he said,
yeah. And look, my thing is this. It's like, I understand, like, the pandemic really affected a lot of businesses.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
and we can't, I feel like a lot of people gloss over that fact. Like, the pandemic really screwed up a lot of shit, but I felt like it was a sort of a reset button in a sense, where it's like, okay, let's not let the market get crazy.
Yo, my bad. Straight up R&D.
Straight up R&D right here. But what I was saying is, let's not make the market get crazy. Let's try to keep it level. Let's not let the interest rate get up to 10% and 8% to freaking buy a house. You know what I mean? Like, they should have really did better ways to mitigate how the economy bounced back from the pandemic, rather than throwing money at all these multi-billion-dollar corporations and giving money to people in the wrong hands. I think the assessment on that was rushed and not properly, like, thought through.
Correct.
You know? But in the end, I will say Biden did not do a good job with the economy. He didn't. Because you stir that with the border crisis. I mean, we're here straight up in R&D, out here in New York. You could see the problems that we're facing. You can just come. You don't even have to live here. You could just visit here. And you can see all these migrants are here. All this money is being spent. Our taxes are going up. Crime is going up. We got Macy's, Target, now next is Costco that's going to be closing down because they keep robbing the place. They keep looting all of the stores. A Durain Reed Rite Aid that was open nearby my house is now closed because people kept robbing it.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, what are we really being left with? We have migrants coming in that's becoming citizens, getting rights, food stamps, this, that, and the third. And then we're just sitting here like, okay, like, what about us?
I didn't even answer that question.
And he didn't answer it.
He didn't. And I was like, all right, I really want to see. We're going to have to wait till the second debate. Because I really want to see what his answer on this is, because Trump is right, man. Like, why did you open up the border like this for them to just invade the country like this? Now we have like a big problem on our hands. And like, what's your solution, Biden? Nothing.
You know what's crazy? We can't do that. Like, we can't, as American citizens, we can't just pull up in another country and just say, "Oh, we're gonna stay here. Give us food, give us money," and we can't do that. We get locked up and sent back. But they can do that here, and it's okay.
Right.
Like, what sense is that? Like,
right. Yeah. Biden kind of answered that question. So I'm just like, all right. So are we just gonna go through another 4 years of the migrants just invading the country? Like, or why can't you just man up a bit to be like, we made a mistake. We shouldn't have handled or opened up the borders like this, because under Trump we didn't go through this.
no.
And, one thing I was interested to hear with Trump was he did say he's going to have like one of the biggest deportation things once he's back in office, right? So they asked, well, you mentioned you're going to do like a mass deportation. Does that include the immigrants who's been here for a while, or who are married to citizens, or who have jobs and been paying taxes, or are you going to deport them too? He just completely glossed over the question. I'm like, these motherfuckers.
You see, yeah, and that's some bullshit. Cause look, I give credit to the immigrants that came here and they pay their taxes and they're doing they're working, they trying to make a living, they have a family, they got married.
Have their papers, yo.
Yeah, and I understand. Like, I understand the game. I understand you came here to work, but you gotta understand that if you keep the border open like that. I know when people think immigrants, they think Hispanics, black people, or Africans coming. Yo, this is people all over the world. Mm-hmm. You have the
a lot of Asians
Chinese.
come through, yeah.
You have the Europeans. They probably coming in through here too. Mm-hmm. You have terrorists. They coming in here too. You have criminals coming in as well. So it's like, we gotta close that shit down. Like, we gotta close it down. And either if you want people to come in, let them make it easier to come in the right way.
Right. At least come in the right way. Because, bro, there's people who, immigrants who's been here for years doing the right thing, still haven't gotten their papers.
Still, and they here. And
they
the
here.
feds know that they here.
Have jobs, paying taxes, and just a long process. But they're doing it the right way. But you got Biden who just allowing any and everybody in, feeding them, giving them money and all that, and then making it easy for them to just get their papers. So my thing is like, I wish Trump did answer the question. He used that as an opportunity to bash Biden, which, he was doing for most of the night. But I wish he did answer, because I think that's a legit question. Like, what are you going to do with those people? Like, are you just looking to come in and just clean house? I'm like, I think when he said he's going to do a mass deportation, it's like, all right, he knows it's a big problem. So he's just going to just try to just say, I don't know, like, I'm trying to compare it to something. But he's just going to come and be like, you know what, this is my shit now. I'm just going to clean everything the fuck up. And because of what Biden did, now there's going to be innocent bystanders, getting deported now.
So now everybody gets screwed.
So now everybody got to have their green cards and papers ready. Like, yo, I'm good. I'm good. You know what I mean? Like, just flip that shit up. And I don't even know how true this was, but I remember when Trump was in office, I didn't see this, but people was telling me this was happening. How they saw like ISIS in the streets of New York just picking up people and deporting them.
I didn't
hear. I heard people. I felt like that would have been a bigger issue.
Yeah, especially in New York.
Yeah,
like that would have been pretty big.
So I was like, damn, is this shit about to be happening now? Like, just got trucks roaming around New York and got people just throwing these motherfuckers in the truck.
But human trafficking has risen in the U.S. now since the border was like this. Like, there was this one Instagram post. This one guy was driving behind a budget rental truck, and he saw like the door was like cracked open, but somebody had their hand out, like they were like flagging, and he kept following the truck until it stopped, and he called the police, and the police came. It was like probably like 8 cop cars and all of this craziness, a whole bunch of cops, and they open it, and boom, bunch of like people in there, you know, for human trafficking.
That's crazy.
And he was like, yo, like, that's crazy. He saw this on the highway. He was like, it looked weird because even when they locked it, they tied a rope to the lock. But I guess over time, it stretched out. And he saw somebody's hand and he followed the truck. Luckily, he did. And he saved all of them people. It was like 40 people in that truck. They were like piled up on top of each other in the back of the truck. But it's a scary thing, man. It's a scary thing.
Yeah, it's a scary thing, and that's something Biden has to answer for, and he hasn't. And that's one of the things. That's a great case for people to elect Trump. It's like, we know you're going to fix this immigration problem. I think even one of his speeches, he was like, he still plans on building a wall. Shit, everybody's now behind this wall. Shit, now they're saying, all right, shit, now I'm behind the wall because I see what having a wall.
All right, but who was the first person that said that?
Well, Trump said that.
Exactly. Now everybody's talking about a wall now. Mm-hmm. And before him, everybody was like, "Oh, he's gonna." Everybody was panicking, doing all, but look, it didn't turn out to be as bad as they thought it was gonna be.
Right.
The media made it seem like, and then there's this whole threat to democracy thing. It's just like crazy. Like, I don't think it's gonna be that bad. Like, it's really not. It's only 4 years.
We survived Trump the first time.
Yeah, we survived it the first time.
Yo,
bro.
the media make it seem like Trump is some big ultimate dictator, bad dictator that's about to just come in and just fuck everything up, or I don't know. Like, they just make him seem so bad, bro. And it's like, damn, bro, what was I? And when he was there,
My thing is, if he was that bad, he would not even be this far. Like, that's the piece I don't understand. He would not be this far if he was that bad.
I remember when Trump got elected the first time. That night, that guy on CNN with the glasses, man. Black dude.
I know who you talking about.
Yeah.
He has like the round glasses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's there crying on camera.
He's crying?
Bro, look it up.
Oh my God.
On camera. He was like, how do I have breakfast with my kids in the morning? What do I do? And crying. I remember Dr. Umar was like, you an embarrassment. He's like, you there crying on camera. Bro, like, he just made it seem like the world was ending. And we still here, bro.
And I saw him. It's funny you mentioned him. I saw him at the post-debate analysis on CNN, and he was there. He was the one that was being dramatic.
Oh,
this
really?
is a threat to our democracy, and I'm very afraid. I'm like, bro, like, it is not that serious. You thinking like they acting like Trump is gonna start a nuclear war as he steps in. Like, that's not what's gonna happen.
Shit,
I know.
Biden went out here with wars under his belt.
Yeah, the Afghanistan thing that killed soldiers and citizens. Like, my thing is this. Is Trump going to go in there and fuck some shit up? Yes, he is. He's going to fuck some shit up.
Yep.
I know that. I
And
just
be
know
loud
that.
about it. Yo.
And be loud about it. You know what I mean? But, like, Biden has done just as much damage. But if this man is this old and is going to croak at any moment, like, he's not fit. He's just not fit. Get somebody else to represent. You know? But the last thing I want to talk about is Trump mentioned black jobs.
Yeah, that was funny, bro.
Like,
What the fuck is a black job?
like, I was on during the debate. I was on X, and I was like, you know, trying to see what people were saying, and I missed the part where he said black jobs. Like, I didn't even catch
it live too.
I didn't catch that part, but I went back and, you know, people were recording it, and I was like, oh, he actually said that. It was like, that's kind of fucked up, you know, like, but what is a black job? So really did fucked up in saying that, you know.
Yeah. Black community's a punching bag. At this point.
It is funny how they focus on black. Biden focused on black. If you paid close attention, Biden's the only one that was mentioning the black people only, while Trump said black and Hispanic.
I didn't even catch that.
I caught that because I was like, okay, I know how the Democrats are with black people and this and the third and whatever. Let's see what they got to say about this. If you watch a video again, you're going to see Biden never mentions Hispanic people. Trump is the only one that says black and Hispanic. Yes, he said this black jobs thing, but he acknowledged there's Hispanics that not blacks are the only minorities in the country. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Food for thought on that one.
That's a good point. I didn't catch that. That's a really good point. But the thing, how I found about the black job shit, like, because, you know, I watched it in the debate, but I was also working at the same time. So it's like, I'll be paying attention and, you know, on my phone, on my laptop, whatever. So I go online, I'm looking at clips of people talking about what are black jobs. And I'm just like, why is this a trend? Like, I'm like, what the fuck is black jobs?
I did not understand.
I didn't even know they were like referencing the debate. So then I hear a clip, I'm like, damn, that's some racist ass shit. Like black jobs.
It was really
so
racist.
People started saying like, oh, I guess black jobs or garbage men or whatever the other fucking jobs they said.
Yeah, no, like I legit wanted to know what he meant by black job. Like, what is a black job? Like, I don't know what, getting locked up? Like, yo, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know. But we know Trump is racist. We know that. We know that. We know that. We know the facts. All right, and we know the Bidens and the Democrats, they don't care about black people. You can't say Biden ain't racist. Ain't he the one that did that crime bill? And he the one that supported Hillary and the
Kamala locked all them people up back in the day.
Yeah, locked up all the black people up back in the day and the super predators and all of that. Like, come on now. They all racist. Y'all know that. Y'all, they just looking for shit right now. Like, black people, if you knew all of this stuff, like you say you did, you wouldn't be voting at all. Biden or Trump wouldn't be getting the black vote, period.
But I mean, I feel like Biden has said some openly racist shit, just not maybe as blatant as Trump, as like black jobs, but like that shit he said on Breakfast Club, you ain't black
if you don't vote for me. Is that not racist?
That's some racist shit.
Like, I feel a type of way.
And then, like, I think it's also racist when Kamala want to pull out her black card when it's useful for her. Talking about you Jamaican and...
She's what, Jamaican and Indian or something like that?
Yeah, it's like you want to pull out your Jamaican card when it's time for election. But then I have not heard any other conversation of you talking about your Jamaican roots. Or...
When did she visit Jamaica?
You see what I'm saying? I think that's racist also. Like, when have you visited Jamaica?
And I heard she don't even talk to her father who's Jamaican.
When I haven't even heard you say Wagwan or speak patois, nothing. You don't know anything about the Jamaican culture. I bet $100,000.
She ain't saying nothing about Marcus Garvey, nothing. She ain't talk about no jerk chicken. She ain't talk about none of that.
Sure, I bet she barely even know who Bob Marley is.
She didn't even watch his movie.
Didn't even watch his movie.
She didn't even watch the movie, bro. Like, anyhow, I was ever to like see her and have a question and be like, oh, did you watch the Bob Marley movie? You're Jamaican, right?
Exactly.
But she's like, the what? She probably lie.
Bro, I bet if she goes in a room full of Jamaicans, she'd be like, oh, what are y'all saying? I know. She's not Jamaican.
She'd be like, what language is that?
So
what part of Africa are you from?
Exactly what shit she would say. So I think it's racist that you want to pull that card out when it's convenient for you and when it's election time. So it's like, yo, Trump at least saying it like blatantly and loud, but they saying some shit that's like, yo, shit, that could probably even be even worse in a way. Like, fuck, I ain't black if I don't vote for you.
You're not black if you don't have hot sauce, bro.
Yeah. Who did that hot sauce shit?
That was Hillary.
No, yeah. What shit is that? Like,
Yo, and black people still vote. Like that's so like that's such an insensitive comment to make. It's like,
bro, you can't make this up, son. Like
that's like we saying if you put seasoning on your chicken, you're not white. like come on, bro.
Like the fact that you use that to relate to black people.
It's so
hot sauce. She used that to relate to black Americans.
Yo,
that's some racist shit.
It's so blatant, and black people still vote for these clowns. Like, to be honest, to be on some real shit, black people should not be voting in the last 2 elections. Period.
Well, back to Hillary real quick. I'm like, you know how many things you could have did that you could have said to relate to black Americans? Talk about our culture, the music.
What culture?
Or something, bro, like something. You could have been like, oh, I don't know, like talk about.
I don't know,
music.
convict music, like the Bloods and the Crips. Like, what you gonna talk about? What you gonna talk about, bro? You gotta talk about hot sauce. Like, come on.
But that's telling me how little she thinks of black people that I'm pulling out the hot sauce. Like,
bro, because black people do bullshit, dog.
That's what she had to pull out.
It's all bullshit.
Really think about it, you couldn't say nothing else but hot sauce. That's what you did to relate to black Americans.
I guess she could have pulled out like a Beyonce line or something. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, black people on some bullshit. They on some bullshit, dude. Like, we on some bullshit. That's the facts.
Bro, I'm just like,
she ain't saying nothing about the Asians or the Hispanics. She didn't say, oh, you gotta have chopsticks in your back pocket. You know what I mean? She didn't say she didn't say, oh, I like to eat tacos on Tuesdays or something. She didn't say none of that. She said hot sauce for black people, bro. Like,
damn, but like when you
the
think
disgrace.
So fucked up.
Yo, I'm dying right now. But like, it's true. It's true.
And like even when Biden made that comment, like I'm just like, why Charlamagne didn't impress him? Like he just took that shit. Like damn, bro. Like the Breakfast Club is a black platform, bro.
The biggest radio show in like the country, bro. Like they known everywhere, and they didn't press him on that.
Nobody said anything. So I'm like, yo.
Even when Hillary said it, they didn't press him.
So now I'm thinking like, all right, when a Democrat comes on, now y'all have to like play nice, or they putting money in your pocket to just promote them. Like it's an agenda. I'm like, all right, when a Democrat comes on, play nice. Remember, we're pushing for them. We're a black platform, so we're supposed to be in support of the Democrats. They came on the platform and said all that bullshit. Y'all ain't saying nothing? Kamala saying she's Jamaican. Nobody pressed about, oh, what's Jamaican about you? Oh, tell me more about the culture. Where did you grow up? When the last time you been in Jamaica?
Oh. You know what's funny, too? Candace Owens went on the Breakfast Club.
Yes, I saw that.
And they pressed her about questions on they asked her questions that black people should know. Did you see that piece?
Uh-huh.
Why they didn't do that for Kamala Harris? Why they didn't press Biden when he said that reckless shit? Why they didn't press Hillary when she said that reckless shit? But another black female who's not running in office, that is more on the Republican side than anything, y'all press her on being black and she's not even running for any type of office.
Because they were like, oh, we're going to fucking press the shit out of her. And they did some
I
shit.
don't understand that, bro. I really don't understand that.
They did some shit at, what Charlamagne did? Oh, God is good. He's supposed to say all the time, God is good, whatever. She was like, amen. Amen. Like,
amen. Like what?
And then Jess Hilarious was just like, oh yeah, you ain't black.
And having her sing Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song and all this other craziness. I'm like, yo.
I didn't like that shit too. It's like, all right, I get it. Like, if the camera's off, you just want to talk shit, you talk shit. But I'm like, bro, this is a professional interview. Yeah, you have some fun with it, but like, god damn, there is so much more that we could talk about with the black culture. Instead of bringing some goddamn Fresh Prince song.
Yeah, come on. That was some real
some lame shit.
Stupidness. Like, I don't even know the song word for word like that. Like, I mean, I watched the show, but I if you put me on the spot to sing the damn song, like I'm not gonna know it word for word.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, come on, bro.
So it's just like, yeah, she's not. I don't even want to say that, but like
that's like me putting somebody in the spot. Yeah, you sing No Flocking.
I know.
Like, what?
Yeah, that's fucking bullshit.
Come on now, that was bullshit.
I think they want to put it because of all the comments she said in the past. It's like, look, you don't have to agree with her. I definitely don't agree with everything she says, but you know, some points she make are valid. So it's like, because they look at her as, oh, you're not with Black America, and because she married white. I hear people say that a lot, because she married white. You're Black card of revolt. I just think, like, you know, black people we don't have to be in just one bubble. Like, we're not a monolith. Like, we could just all have different opinions. Mm-hmm. We could all just have, just different opinions. We can have a conversation. Like,
and not all Black people grow up the same.
Why do we have this mindset that Black America has to think the same, act the same, walk the same, talk the same? Shit, bro, we're all our own individuals. So you had a Black American come on your platform. Instead of welcoming her, I feel like it was an interrogation, them trying to bully her.
It really was. And I didn't really like that. I mean, like, I don't agree with everything Candace says. You know, I agree with some of the stuff. Just like with anybody. I agree with some things on Biden. I agree with something on Trump. But it's like, for them to just attack her the whole time was just like, okay, y'all just trying to put her through the ringer right now.
Yeah.
But when white people come on the show, y'all don't do that.
I'm telling you, man. It's some agenda.
You know? Some bullshit.
Yeah. So, I mean, we'll see in the future.
Yeah. I mean, overall, we'll see what debate number 2 looks like from this presidential debate. I enjoyed the first one. I was laughing. I was happy. I was excited. I was just sitting down. I was icing my feet when I was watching. And it got to the point where I didn't even feel the ice no more because I was enjoying it so much. And I enjoyed it. I can't wait for the next one in September. You know, I want to see if they're going to throw Biden back into the ring. I know Trump is going to be there, and I'm going to have my popcorn ready for it.
Yeah. So we got 2 more debates. You know, debate number 2 for them, then, you know, going to have the vice president debate at some point. Kamala comes out, her hiding hole, see her speak, see whatever the fuck she got to say. And, yeah. Also, as of right now, Trump doesn't have, like, a running mate with him.
Nah, he hasn't announced his VP yet, but again, I think it might be DeSantis or Vivek.
Yeah, I wonder when he's going to make that announcement.
Probably like close when the VPs are supposed to debate.
Yeah.
You know, but it's gonna be interesting. But I guess that's a wrap for episode number 25 of the Straight Up and R&D podcast. You know how we do it: like, subscribe, comment. You know what I mean? Make it World War III down there. You know what I'm saying? No pun intended, because we might just get into World War III. But you know what I mean? Yo, I hope you guys like some of the interviews that we were doing. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Trying to do some more.
We're trying to do, you know, this channel is very, very dynamic. You know, you never know what you're going to get. You see what I'm saying? We got the political end, as we did in this episode. We got the music entertainment end. You know what I mean? And we got, you know, our regular red pill, blue pill BS. We got the black stuff. We got the relationship stuff. We got all of that stuff. You know what I mean?
Got it all.
We got it all here. One-stop shop for everything. You know what I mean? So continue to comment, like, subscribe, share the video. We want to know what you want to say, what you have to say, but we don't give a fuck about your feelings. So don't get that twisted, okay? There's a clear distinction. Anyway, I'm Rich, and I'm signing out.
D, signing out.
See you guys in the next one. Later.
Later, y'all.